bundle of energy.
Cool.
Lots of views
Totally.
on things that, you know, it's good to just hear people talk through things, obviously. And what was
Yes.
cool about what we just did there was kind of like a mini workshop. So one, we can dissect his experience in the pod. Two, we can kind of dissect his energy and know a little bit more of the personality type. I like, you know, a lot of what he said we've already been talking about, obviously, is the education, the entertainment, the elevation, and getting to a program and a rhythm. The important part of that is coming to people or having people come to us when they're ready. You know, putting or overwhelming people with too much information on their first float, it doesn't do us much service because it's falling on deaf ears, and it doesn't do the consumer too much good because they need to have their own first experience. You know, getting salt in your eye or being able to let go or coming in with that stress or that panic. It's just that battle of being alone with yourself and then growing past it.
Totally. And if you notice, like when he started off, it was great, but then slowly he started to open up more and more. And the things he was saying already started to fit in his own head. He was answering his own questions, and he was like putting it into the right boxes, what should happen. And he came up with his own way, like, I want to do this, I want to have a community. And he just guided his own life just by reflecting off like consciousness. We're just holding it like a mirror, and he took whatever he needed to feel in order to feel good, because we are feeling good, he'll reflect that. And then slowly he was just like getting more and more clarity as he was speaking, which was amazing. Because
and to have 4 experiences and kind of me and him going back and forth and talking about life and trying not to overanalyze. I've been friends with him for 12 years now. He's a pilot, world traveler, dual citizen, families, good people. But very unique perspectives we both have on the world and things that kind of the theory of let's quit talking about people and start talking about ideas and theories and testing and figuring out your own self. Is the world's going to do what it's going to do. And I keep reviewing that with everybody is you never know when it's the last dance, the last concert. Things have intervals, and that's being grateful for everything you have, pushing for more aspiration and balance. And, you know, you got to go dark before you can see the light, and you got to experience light to get to true darkness. So that cycle of if you want the truest and highest joy, you're going to have to go to the darkest depths. And if you want a level of comfort, which I think most of us are feeling we don't have now, comfort, security, predictability, a lot of people sacrifice earlier parts of their life so that they can have these things, and now those things have volatility to it. You know, with what we're doing here in the education, in the everything about the setup, you know, your story of being where you're located, him being in town, staying at my place, just kind of trying to have some peace of mind, and then the mirror of what came out of him after 4 floats, after the energy we're both about, and just our general premise. So I think that was amazing as kind of a mini workshop.
Totally.
It would be cool as part of our moving forward program is trying to just have people like that, whether they're on their own Zoom call as well. And we, I think you and I have enough dialogue back and forth to really understand, to keep people on track and goal orientated. He kind of spun a little bit out into the political scene, and we took it far away from the float perspective. But if we stay grounded in our pursuit and keep people's attention and entertainment with structure of me being kind of the physical, I can tell them only so much, and then I represent one part of their story. And once they've experienced 2 or 3 or 4 floats, kind of like we did the last workshop, then you can come in and reinforce. And whether we do a workshop with 4 people and they're all busy-minded type, which I think makes the most sense, is let's get the unmotivated, negative people together, the lazy people together, the busy people together, the kind of the disturbed or the society labeled, or they labels themselves of PTSD or bipolar or manic or any variation, but grouping ideas, helping people through, and finding that level of how we educate and elevate to our continued education. I mean, you and I get to learn about each other more, our collective energy with the third party, and then just bringing it back to the float tanks is that it's the 1 hour, 2 hours out of your day of the planning and the strategy so that the rest of your week can be more aligned. It's the meditation, the starting process of 10 minutes a day, a piece of cardboard on your head, and doing difficult things that we all know that we need to go to the gym, drink 8 glasses of water, you know, do all these stuff. But there's a reason that personal trainers get paid is because people inevitably are lazy. So you back it with the money behind getting a float or the money behind being part of a workshop, so that they're getting value. You know, we want to make it available, but we want to make it sustainable.
Yes, and also we want to give them something that they can take and they can build upon themselves, something that we provide, and so that they don't need us for a long time. So it's like the difference when people go to a priest or something. The church or the religious association always wants you to come back for more, but we don't want to do that. We want to say, here are all the tools for you to go live your life. And that's all we're providing. And the toolkit is different for each person based on what they're trying to achieve. And what we're doing is we're saying, here's the toolkit. Here's a little snapshot of how to use these tools. And the best way to do it is using the float tank. And then what you do is you take the tools, start using it into your day-to-day life. And as like anything, you start getting better at using these tools. And then eventually you'll realize like we've just equipped them with handling any situation in life. Doesn't matter what the situation is, we've given them all the techniques and all the little mindset tricks or the thinking ways to make them so solid that, 1 year down the line, sometimes my clients call me after a year or two and they'll be like, oh my God, what you told me 2 years ago makes sense now. And it's incredible how they don't need all these things after that. And they've taken power over their own well-being. And that's what separates us from everyone else, because we don't want them to keep coming back to us for help. We want them to come and use the center because that's part of the toolkit.
Yeah.
But then give them the right methods and the right way to look at things. And that's what we're trying to do basically.
And bring back that balance and make it, it's just so easy to feed the monster of negativity, to say that I'm not good enough, I'm lazy, I'm fat, and then society reinforces it because we have this hyper sensationalized highlight reel of everyone else. So with not positive messages like you're doing great, you're smart, you try hard, you're caring, I appreciate you, just wanted to call to check in. I'm reading a book right now. It's great. It talks about cop-outs, and it says, when somebody says, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm okay." Blah blah blah. It's like, are you happy? Are you sad? Are you energetic? Are you joyful? Are you vibrant? Are
you serving others?
Are you tired?
Are you helping other people?
Are you lazy? Are you content? Are you bored? And there's so much time in each day. Like, instead of being like, things can't get done and there's not enough, there's so much to accomplish in your own mind.
Oh my God, exactly.
Just simply being at peace. Like we have so much content that we've created that I'm having this inner battle of trying to organize it. And I keep trying to watch all these different parts, and I'm like, this is good and this is good, and the caveats. But then I'm like, I can't render it to 30 seconds. It's not fitting to a minute. 5 minutes is almost too long, but if we're gonna go 5 minutes, it might as well go 15. And the story I'm telling myself of trying to understand how I can relay this information to others and getting it out there. Is it the social media platforms? Is it the emails? Is it the one-on-one? Here, watch this 30-minute segment to break down.
So let's think about this. Maybe what we can do is, if you give me the topics that you thought were useful, what I can do is I can create a video series, right? And what we can do is people can buy this video series off of you, and then they have these videos, and then they come to you or come to me for a personal session after they finish the video series of week 1. They have a 1 hour chat with us, so that most of the topics we don't have to repeat, and they have it so they can watch it anytime. And then we have a personal session as well. So you can start selling these programs to people and giving them some sort of a online membership where they can log in and view all these, and they can do it in their own time. And then when they're ready, we can jump on and have a conversation with them to clarify a few things and do a bit of fine tuning. So then what that will force us to do is come up with a format which is organized, and it's got like an index, and then we can like give each one the right side of content.
I like it. I think that sounds great. And that's kind of another, like, we have so much to go off of here. It's like, what's in my head, where do we go next? Do I try to organize people for workshops? Do we try to create more of these topics? Are you and I maybe working together on organizing these topics and going through kind of the material is like, we can profile certain people, and we even gained more great material with Joseph a second ago, is seeing kind of a few of the parts of where he's stressed out that can be relatable to others. So putting that in categories and making that.
Well, that's pretty simple because we don't have to break our head to figure that out. We just ask your customers.